let's talk diet. More specifically, let me go through every single thing that I consume throughout the day, both eating and drinking. And that way kind of give you an overview of what my current diet is like. I've done a video similar to this in the past, but I've made some changes recently, so I thought I'd kind of update that. Plus, I feel like there's some people, because there's always more people subscribing, and I feel like some people are confused of like, they get the impression this is a cancer channel, and then a lot of the videos I don't even talk about cancer just because, yeah, okay, it is a big focus in my life at the moment, but it's not my entire life. I don't want to focus everything on that. So I know I haven't made that many, cancer-related videos recently, so this kind of falls more in that normal range of videos, if you will. So if you're one of those people who are like, why is he sharing a story about a guy with two dogs and a frisbee in the park? Well, this will not be that type of video. It's a more, orthodox, normal cancer type of video. So enjoy. So let's go kind of chronologically throughout the day. I did make a list because there's a lot of things to cover, and I'll kind of walk you through everything. So let's start with breakfast. So as the main meal, I usually have some sort of fruit, sometimes maybe with some yogurt. If I feel up to it, to eat a little more, something a little more dense, a little more, nutritious, I'm gonna eat some oatmeal. In the past, I would sometimes eat cereal, but I've noticed, I've always known that I'm slightly lactose intolerant. Most people are to a certain degree. But there's just something about raw milk, and I realized this much more recently. When I consume milk, it just makes me cough up phlegm for at least half a day. So I'm like, I already have enough issues with phlegm and coughing and everything. I don't need to make that worse. So cereal is pretty much off the table at this point. All right, so that's kind of the food portion. Then there's the drinking portion. So there's a few things. The very first thing that I do in the morning is going to be mixing baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking soda with half a lemon in a medium-sized glass of water. Mix that in. It's something that my wife found. She likes to do a lot of research and alternative treatments and things like that. And a lot of the things I do is a recommendation from her, something she wants me to do. And, I'm very open-minded. I'm willing to try different things. And I know it makes her happy. So, I do a lot of different things. So, yeah, that came from her. And I was expecting it to be kind of gross. But turns out it really just tastes like lemon-flavored carbonated water. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because in the past, there's a lot of things I've had to do or I've tried that it's like, yeah, okay, it's good for you, but it's just disgusting. And I was expecting that to be one of those, but turns out it wasn't. So I actually kind of enjoy that. And I'm supposed to wait 15 minutes before eating or consuming other things, so that's why I do that first thing in the morning. Well, actually, technically, that's not true. First thing in the morning is apply the testosterone cream that I was prescribed by the doctor, just because I need to apply that on my bare skin and wait for it to dry. So I kind of do it in the morning when I'm in the bathroom, brushing my teeth, doing everything so I can be bare-chested and it's not too cold. So technically that's the first thing I do. But the first eating thing I do or drinking is to drink that baking soda and lemon juice. Then I go ahead and prepare a tea. Soursop tea, guanabana, there's a lot of different names, but it's been, I don't want to say proven because I haven't done the research. That was my wife who did it. But anyway, it's been recommended by a lot of people to help combat cancer. So, at this point, I've been taking it for a while. I'm used to the taste. It's just nice, warm liquid. So cool. So prepare that and then go ahead and eat it usually after I consume, everything else. So breakfast and the other things that I drink just to give it time to cool. Aside from that, I also drink a green juice. So what's in the green juice is a little bit of ginger, a green apple, 3 branches of celery, half a lemon, 1 carrot, And I've also been taking protein powder that was prescribed to me by the doctor. And I just mix that in with that because if I was going to mix it in with water separately, it's even more liquids to consume. And at this point, I'm already consuming so much liquids and I'm struggling to be able to eat enough that I don't need to increase the volume of liquid that I'm drinking. So I kind of mix that in with there. Wow, I can't talk. I mix that in with that. There we go. Next is I take all the pills I need to take. So there's two categories when it comes to pill. There's medication and then there's vitamins. So for the medication, there's the Decadron to reduce the swelling in my head. I am going to see my neurosurgeon in a couple weeks. So I'm really, really hoping that we can finally stop that once and for all. Because at this point, I think it's been around 7 months. And I've had so many side effects and issues with that I just want to get rid of it once and for all. Plus, by getting rid of that, I get to also get rid of a bunch of the other things I'm taking. So something else that I'm taking is a pill to protect my stomach because the Decadron is pretty intense. So if I don't protect the stomach, it could cause damage. So once I can stop the Decadron, I can stop that as well. As well as I'm taking calcium and vitamin D to help absorb the calcium, which is to help strengthen my bones. Because one of the side effects of Decadron, once again, is weakened bones, so there's a higher chance of breaking bones, and we don't want that to happen given the situation. So once again, once I stop the Decadron, I can stop that. So basically, by stopping one pill, I get to stop taking 4 pills. The other thing that I take is the anti-convulsion pill and anti-inflammatory. It was recently discovered when I started doing the cancer rehab that there's inflammation in my body, so we're just doing that to kind of reduce general inflammation. And finally, that is temporary, is the cough syrup. Since I was sick and everything, I started taking that. It seems to have been working, but I'm trying to diminish to get to the point where I'm slowly going to stop that. But at the moment, I take that 3 times per day. Now, when it comes to the vitamins, I take, aside from, I already included the calcium and the vitamin D in the medications category, but that's just because I'm taking it because of the side effect of the medication that I'm taking. So I don't really consider it as part of the vitamins category. So when it comes to vitamins, I take magnesium citrate, potassium citrate, but there's also a lot of potassium that I naturally just get from food. And then vitamin E, vitamin C, vitamin B and D, but I just take a vitamin like B100 complex and it just includes everything that I need and more. And then vitamin D, but vitamin D, I don't take the supplement. I just, go for a walk every day and I get it naturally from the sun. So that pretty much covers breakfast, which is a lot. But, start the day, get rid of all the crappy things you got to take. So that's kind of how I do things at the moment. And then, so after breakfast, I usually kind of relax a bit, usually record the video, upload that, go for a walk, get that vitamin D, relax in the park. By the time I come back, it's usually around lunchtime. So if lunch is already prepared, I go ahead and eat. If not, I prepare it and then I eat. Now I try to have a full meal. The definition of a full meal is slightly different now than it used to be. I can't quite eat as much as I used to. I try to eat as much as I can, things with as high calorie counts as possible, but it's still a struggle to be able to consume enough calories throughout the day. And then around 2 p.m., I have my second tea of the day, and I take the second dose of cough syrup. Once again, that's something that's just temporary. I'm trying to get rid of it as soon as I can. And then around 5 p.m., I take the second pill for the anti-convulsion, just because I need to take it twice per day. And then I have dinner. Once again, I try to have a complete meal. It varies. Sometimes I'm able to eat more, sometimes less. It really depends on the day. Sometimes, if it's a really good day, I'll have like some snacks throughout the day, usually, fruits or vegetables, stuff like that. Stuff with fiber, just to make sure that, I have enough fiber in my diet, that everything goes through smoothly, there's no issues. I've dealt with constipation in the past and that's something I want to deal with again. So yeah, I make sure to eat enough, fruits and vegetables. And also the green juice that I usually have around dinner time, the second one of the day. Same exact one as the morning one. I am thinking maybe of removing the half lemon from the juice, simply because in the past when I'd take green juice, it'd just be one per day. And now I'm taking two per day. Plus, I'm taking the lemon juice and baking soda. So it's like the equivalent of 1.5 lemons per day. And I'm just like, that might be a little much. Maybe I'll diminish that. I'll see. But for now, half a lemon per juice and then the half lemon with the baking soda in the morning. And then around 7 p.m., I take my third and final tea of the day, as well as the third dose of cough syrup. But once again, that's something that I'm trying to stop as quickly as possible. So that pretty much covers everything. As you can see, it's a lot. And I didn't start everything like that. I kind of slowly built up everything and kind of added everything, got everything ready, built the routine. And, in fact, today's pretty much the first day where I'm doing everything that I just listed. Before, I was kind of like slowly working my way up to that. So that's kind of pretty much my eating routine, eating and drinking routine throughout the day. As you can see, it is in a way kind of strict, but in a way not really. I just like to make it strict in the sense that I have very specific times. That way I can set reminders in my phone and just not have to worry and stress of like, oh, did I take the tea? Did I not take it? It's just like, oh, reminder pops up on my phone. I go and take it. That way it just makes my life much easier. So that's kind of the strategy I've gone with. It can be overwhelming, I won't lie. And, whenever I can, I try to get rid of everything, especially medication, especially the Decadron. I'm really, really looking forward to getting rid of that once and for all. But, you got to do what you got to do, and you can't force things. And, you just got to go through the process. So at the moment, this is the process I'm going through. So that's kind of an overview of everything. Hopefully it kind of gave you an idea of what I'm doing, because I feel like I've shared a lot of the experience, but some people want to know more like the specific details of what I'm doing. And, the diet, what I eat and drink throughout the day is it's pretty much everything that I do that doesn't have to do with mindset. Because I believe it's like 90% mindset, 10% everything else. So it's like the mindset, yes, I talk about a lot in a bunch of different videos. That's been a big focus. But, the other 10%, which is, diet as well as the immunotherapy and the treatments and everything else. Like, I don't necessarily talk as much about that. So I just thought it'd be nice to make a video and kind of update everyone on what's going on that front. So hopefully that gave you a good idea. Hopefully it was entertaining. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.